forget when I go live. And many of my community members are going to go live soon next week. We are celebrating Women's Day in a big way. So this is one lesson they must know how to go live on social media. So I'll quickly share the screen. And maybe I'll just start. There is an option to go live on Facebook. And you guys can see this. Oh, it is asking me to log in. Okay, so there will be certain glitches. Let me stop the sharing here and work on this. Nirupama, you have a community on Facebook?
No, I am not really active on Facebook these days. Yeah. More centered towards LinkedIn.
All right, all right. So as I'm doing this process of going live, I will quickly introduce you to two of my friends here, Nirupama and Sheela. Sheela is somebody who has been with me since 2015. Like we were with Landmark Education, and
voice is breaking a lot.
My voice is breaking?
Yeah. I think let me close my laptop. My laptop is not working. I'll just shut it down. Maybe
to me it's fine, Ranjini. The voice is coming okay.
The voice may not.
So you can try a phone.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes. Yeah, you're audible. You're audible. We can hear you. Okay. And she's an artist. She's an entrepreneur, and as she will share, we will come to know her journey. So all entrepreneurs here are here to share their secrets. Okay. And all the aspiring people in the community are to learn from them. So this is today's session is more guest speaking, less of me. They always see me speaking all the time. And welcome, Sania. Sania is a new friend, a buddy coach from my mentors community. And she's a business coach, and we'll get to know from her as well. So as you all will be, forwarding this conversation, I will give opportunity to Nirupama first, and introduce yourself. Many of you know you, and I think so. And we're all a common community of coaches here. So tell us your secrets of success as an entrepreneur. And I know you are an ex-cop, and you have many things achieved in this journey. So over to you, and you can finish with the message that you want to give it to them as you
Sure. Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Ranjini, for this opportunity. And hi, everyone. I am so happy and grateful to Ranjini to provide me this sort of a space. I'll just start very briefly with introducing myself, though she said that some of you know me, but then for everybody to really have the right perspective, I would really want to talk about myself. Well, I am a daughter of an astrologer, wife of a walking, talking encyclopedia, a fitness freak who turned into a cop with Government of India, then turned into a TEDx speaker. And now I am an employment to entrepreneurship counselor and an energy healer. And specifically, I'm doing this work for working women because I had been one. And I felt that that journey from employment to entrepreneurship requires a very different mindset, skill set, and heart set. And that is essentially what I am really working with my community, through energy healing and counseling specifically. So today, since we are celebrating 10 years of Ranjini's entrepreneurial journey, so I thought, why not I talk about the 10 secrets, that have really helped me in my entrepreneurial journey. So I'm just going to share my screen. Ranjini, do I have the permission to?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
Awesome. All righty. Just give me a moment. So essentially, today is all about entrepreneurial success, and we are going to be discovering the 10 secrets that have helped me in entrepreneurial success. And I'm going to be talking about the fundamentals because I've always felt that the gold is in the fundamentals. We can learn big jargons with big skills, but the moment we are clear about the fundamentals, we are able to build things in a better way. So if I have to talk about the first thing that I want to give you is self-awareness, which I'm sure Ranjini would have really asked you to do in some of the exercises. But, self-awareness is something which is an ongoing purpose. It's not something that you actually find out in the beginning of your business when you're starting out your business, but it is something that you are probably doing every 3 months, every 6 months, understanding your strengths, your values, and your motivation. So when I talk about your strengths, every year, if you are looking at what all skills you are building, and if you are developing some strength areas, for you to really incorporate that in your business is going to be huge. And secondly, core values, why I emphasize, whenever we have to take a decision, these core values come into play, whether that thing is in alignment with what we are doing or whether it is, completely diametrically opposite to our core values. So this is the first piece I wanted to give you. Now, the second part that I want to talk to you about is emotional intelligence. And why this is important, because as entrepreneurs, our emotions go up and down. And this, I'm speaking from a space of being an energy healer, because somewhere or the other, if we are not aware about our emotions, we cannot be aware about our customers' emotions. The most effective coach or the most effective entrepreneur is that person who has actually lived those emotions, and when they are actually helping their clients, they say, I understand your pain because I have gone through that same pain in my life. So that's the second piece that we are talking about. And when you have a strong emotional intelligence, that also helps you in building stronger relationships, because you really understand that what is the piece that you require on the other side. So that's the second part. Now, the third thing that I'm going to talk to you about is resilience, which most of us, if you're on LinkedIn, you will find out that this is one common element that every entrepreneur is going to be talking about, that how to bounce back. It's not about, having failures, but your ability to bounce back from those failures is what we are talking about in the form of resilience building. So here in this case, we are talking about two things. One is reframing setbacks. So when we are talking about reframing setbacks, so I always tell my clients that, say if you're doing any particular thing, you're doing a launch, you are doing a Facebook Live, and it did not go as per your expectations. So have your journal out there and just write two things. Okay, what went well? So these are, your nuggets or self-introspection, wherein you will be able to find that these were some of the pointers that worked really well. And on the other side, just write down, okay, what are those things that did not go so well? What are my areas of improvement? And the moment, you're able to bridge the gap from what went well to what needs to be improved, you start developing mastery. And for this mastery, if you require some support from your mentors, from, like Ranjini is helping you throughout. So it's always good to really come up with those problems, because if you don't have any questions, you don't know what to work on. So that's the next piece. Now, the third thing is self-reflection. This is something, I am emphasizing again and again when I spoke about actually journaling, when I spoke about the first piece out here. So self-reflection is where you are essentially, reflecting on your journey. Now, this could happen in various forms. Like, for instance, if you're putting post on the internet, and you are actually looking at what piece worked well. So me and my team, we sit down together every week and we do an audit of everything. Okay, and this is a practice we do with all the teams. The marketing team would be doing it. Okay, how many leads are generated? The sales team would be looking at, okay, how many sales calls have happened? How many of them have converted? And we are also looking at the content writing team. Okay, which piece worked well? So this is not only a self-reflection of you as a person, but a self-reflection of your business. That is something, I wanted to talk about here. Now, this is one piece that, I just cannot stop from mentioning, because this is the true success, a true success piece, and which is my authenticity. It is not about how beautifully you are speaking, how well drafted or how nice your presentation is. It is more about from where you are speaking. even if you are speaking, everything which is politically correct, but there is something that your audience find that, this is not congruent with who she is as a person. They will find out. And that is the reason we are talking about this authenticity piece. And it's okay to be in that place of shabby success, because I'm always remembered of this quote by one of my mentors who says sloppy success is better than perfect mediocrity. But if you're giving that sloppy piece from a place of authenticity, people are accepting that much more than, everything perfect, and it's not coming from within. So this is one part. Now, another part is continuous self-improvement. Since we are looking at this thing as entrepreneurs, very important that you are developing what all skills are coming to you, whether it is in terms of artificial intelligence, machine learning, whatever new skills are coming, it's a mandatory thing. And that is the reason I'm sure, because you're a part of this community, that continuous self-improvement piece is happening for you. Now I'll move to the next part. And in the next part, I would be going a little deeper. Now here we are talking about intuition and personal growth. A lot of you might be thinking that where does intuition come into play? Because here we are talking about business growth. We are looking at making better decisions. But I want to tell you that as women entrepreneurs, our gut speaks much more than our logic, our brain. And I've seen this so many times, the basic example is my LinkedIn post that I'm posting. When I find that I have actually felt that this should be intuitively put out there, that thing has worked much better than something, that was so well designed, well drafted and things like that. And when you are actually listening to your intuition speaks to you much more. So that's the next piece. Forgiveness and growth. Most of the times when things don't go well, we are into that self-bashing mode. And I'm talking to you because entrepreneurship is a very lonely journey. And we don't forgive ourselves. We don't forgive ourselves for the things that we did probably as a child or so many years ago. We still keep repeating that process over and over again. And the problem with that is, the bandwidth that could be used for a new business development, that is going and ruminating thoughts which are not serving us. I just had a client call before this session, and I was just telling her that if you have to climb to the next position in your life, you have to be a very different person, and you have to drop that baggage, because the new person doesn't require that baggage. And for the person to create a new opportunity, you got to be a very different person. So before you forgive others, it's about forgiving yourself and letting go of all your past emotional baggages. This is the internal piece that I'm talking about. Very important mindset of abundance. This is something that is going to be there in terms of your sales, in terms of, anything that you're doing. Let's say, even if you are reaching out, and if you are coming from a place of, hey, just give me a moment, guys. Sorry for the disturbance. So when we are reaching out to people, when we are looking at it from the perspective of, actually talking about our product, and at the back of our mind, if we are in that place of scarcity, we are going to operate from there, and that expansiveness that is within us, that will go missing. And the people on the other side, they will understand that though she's talking about this, but she is not herself confident about her service or her product. And when you're operating from a mindset of abundance, you have utmost trust in your product, you have utmost trust in your service, and whatever you're giving, it causes a huge transformation on the other side. Now, there are different ways by which, we can talk about, but that's beyond the scope of this. But I want you to just have this understanding that whenever you're doing even any little thing in your business, are you operating from a place of abundance or are you operating from a place of scarcity? This little feedback could really help you in checking that. Now, the last part, that I wanted to talk about is courageous decision making. Business is all about taking decisions. Every opportunity that comes to you, is it something that is aligning with your purpose? Do I need to go ahead with this? Because if you are giving time to something, you are actually taking out time from something else. And it's all about taking bold decisions. Okay, I am having a team member. Do I want to continue with this team member? Of course, there has to be a right way of letting that team member go. But then you need to know what part of your business needs to be changed. What are those decisions that you need to take? And again, I would want to reiterate, trust your instincts and take calculated risks. So these are the 10 pieces, that I wanted to share with you. And one last thing that I would want to say is, guys, please make sure that you are leveraging social media, because that is the biggest secret weapon that we have today. And I would really want to connect with you if you're not connected on LinkedIn. This is my piece on LinkedIn, and I would really want to know from you if there's any way I could support you. Thank you so much. And that's from my side, Ranjini. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I think you started with the right pointers. And I think you can see the reactions from the audience, like they have really appreciated. In 15 minutes, you have put everything together and we can all see almost all places we are there, right?
And thank you. I would just want to know from all of you, if you can just write in the content section, in the chat section, that what has been your biggest takeaway, so that serves as a feedback for me also. What is it that?
Yeah. And you can even ask her questions if you have anything to ask her.
Yes.
You can unmute and talk to her. No? Yeah, if you have, and share her feedback. Yes, Rini, you can unmute and speak.
Yeah. Thank you, Ranjini. And yes, when you were speaking the last 3 points, I was relating. We were just talking in one-to-one call with Ranjini today only. The same thing, the mistake that happened, and we were reflecting on it, like how. So when I'm talking about the mistakes, I have a hitch of presenting myself in a Nirupama. I have a hitch of presenting myself in videos and all. That is because, yes, there is a post which is coming tomorrow that if you see, you will understand that is because of the baggages that I have been carrying for some time and I'm trying to shed it off. So, but then again, saying this, while shedding it off also, sometimes it makes it difficult for me to face myself and go ahead with, I have so much of knowledge, but I'm not able to deliver it. So how would you suggest me to take small steps and get over it?
Sure. Thank you for that question, Rini. And, I just want to say, first thing is to draw the significance that you're giving, to this whole part. That I have a lot of knowledge, but I may not be presenting that in the right way. Because if you are doing this work as a coach, as a person who is transforming lives of others, right, you are nowhere significant in that. Even if you are speaking in broken English, even if you are speaking in a way wherein you are delivering good value to the other people, people would want to watch it. And as you start producing, my 100th video was much better than my first video. I've been shooting videos from the last 5 years now.
Right.
And now the kind of videos that happen, I am probably shooting like 20 to 30 videos in a day without those retakes. The only way to get better with your videos is, one, to stop getting into that perfectionist syndrome, one thing, and absolutely allowing yourself to go in front of the audience. Now, if you see, my husband was outside and the phone started ringing. And I was on a live call like this, and this is actually going on Facebook Live. So there was an interruption in between this, but I did not lose my state because my focus was that all the people who are present out here, they need to be delivered value.
Right.
So if your focus is not on yourself, but on the value that you are going to deliver through that video, I think, you will start getting better with your videos. But if your focus is onto yourself, how am I looking, how am I speaking, how am I doing stuff, then I feel that transformation will not happen. And at the same time, you are not allowing yourself that permission to make mistakes, because only when you make those mistakes, you can get better.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah. But I'm actually
you.
looking forward to your videos, and, please tag me. I'll be the first one to like them.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Rini. And I know we have been through, like I've been there. I can tell, I have been telling my stories all the time to them. So a new story. Okay, so good. Thank you, Nirupama, for putting that light. And Preeti, go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah. Hi, thank you, Ranjini. And I would like to greet everyone. Good evening, all of you. It's nice to meet like this. And Nirupama, yeah, you are in my connection. So I was going through right now your profile and all. Your speech is really awesome. Right now, as such, I don't have question, but I have many questions. But I'll not be asking right now. Hope so we connect one to one. But to resonate with, I have resonated with self-reflection, self-awareness, which I have learned. And yes, the baggage is the problem with me also, and courageous decision making. And more than that, I have a problem of social media. As you said, take the leverage of handling this. There I am lacking. So can you suggest one or two tips? Like it will be easy for someone who is not pro in that.
Sure. Thank you for that question, Preeti. I would just want to start with few things or few of the mistakes that I began with social media, and which now I tell my clients not to do. A lot of times, we start with all the platforms simultaneously. So I would want you to pick one platform. I would want you to take baby steps out there. And baby steps could also be like actually visiting that platform and looking at what others are doing. The first 1 or 2 weeks, just looking and, maybe commenting on what people are doing, looking at how they are making content. Okay. Let me just, share somebody's post on my profile. Let's say if you're talking about LinkedIn. Now, the second piece that I would want you to look at is what kind of content you're comfortable with. And also look at it from the perspective of what is the content that the platform favors. Like if I look at LinkedIn, it would favor more of written posts. If I look at Instagram, it would favor more of reels. If I look at, YouTube, again, it's a video format, video-based content. So somewhere or the other, step number 1, identify your platform. Yeah. Step number 2, just go and visit that particular platform. Like you go for a morning walk or like you go for an evening walk and just have fun with that platform. Next step is actually taking baby steps and understanding the format that you are comfortable with. Just start with that on a regular basis. Become consistent with what you are doing. And then you take the next stage. Let's say you want to go for videos, you want to go for audios, like LinkedIn has LinkedIn audio also, LinkedIn audio live. That is a feature. And if you are, actually not okay with the showing your face, nowadays people are going for faceless videos also. So what you could do is like you're walking in a garden, and you can just tell any of your family members to just shoot you there, and you can do a voiceover. Or maybe you're just reading a book, or you are probably just, meeting a few people, and during that networking call, you ask, or if you're in a networking event, you ask someone to hold the camera and just record you in a very candid way. And then you can actually put a voiceover. So that's a very simple way of getting started, which will not have a lot of friction. Does that serve you, Preeti?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. My God, you have given such beautiful tips, and really, we never thought from this perspective. Great, great, superb.
Just get started.
It's
I mean, that's the
truly
only way.
helpful.
Yes, absolutely. Get started.
The idea of walking in the garden and all, that's really superb.
And you don't have to use your brain, it's like you can just do a voiceover. And nowadays, what happens is when I'm cooking or when I'm doing something else, I ask somebody to actually take those videos of mine. I never know where I can use that video in any of my videos. And
Correct,
to be very
correct.
frank, when I'm speaking in the camera, sometimes those videos don't get a lot of likes. But where I'm, actually doing nothing, I'm not even looking into the camera, those videos are doing much better for me.
Yeah, yeah, actually, really great.
Please apply that and do tag me. I'll be very happy to see your content.
Sure, sure. 100%.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Preeti.
And Meena, go ahead. Your question.
Hi, Nirupama.
Hi, Meena. So good to see you.
Me too. So amazing. I can resonate whatever the pointers you have shared. So because I was in the scarcity, I was living in my past from almost 4-5 years back. I come out from that. I try to remove all my fears. Even as a working professional, parallelly doing this is not very easy for me. I also overcome of that. So thank you so much. And one thing I can really appreciate you, the way you give the comments of all the posts. I really amazed sometimes how you spend so much of time. Really, I tried my level best to put comments, likes on the others also, but somehow due to my official and my working timings, and then managing my family, and then this business, so sometimes I'm not able to, but I tried a lot. And thank you for all the suggestion which you have given right now. I was also thinking to go on our videos on a LinkedIn, on all the social medias, and specifically on a LinkedIn. So thank you so much for all the suggestions you have given right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Meena. And I would want to give you a tool. So I don't type all the comments. I'm using AI extensively. So there is a tool known as Merlin. And when you actually use the Google Chrome extension of Merlin, that integrates with your LinkedIn. So what it does is, it is actually going to look at the post, whatever post is written, and it is going to give you different comments based on the tone that you would want. So I just spent 15 minutes in doing those kind of comments, because I have those tools helping me. And that's something you can do in your, commuting time, or whenever you are actually taking a break, during your lunch break or something. That is possible. So
great, thanks a ton.
And today is National Science Day. So it's like we need to start using technology much more than ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. Even my son had a stage performance on some experiment on Science Day. That's nice. And Deepali, welcome. Kirti, welcome. You have question. I'll give Deepali opportunity. Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening to all of you, and thank you so much for this link, Ranjini ji. I've been trying a long time that I wanted to get connected with you. And thank you, Nirupama ji. It was really good insight. Though I joined in between, some of the points I missed. But the two things I would like to ask you, I was just going through your LinkedIn profile on the net. So as you just said, about the videos. Initially, I started when I used to go on the walk. I used to make few videos and I used to post them as it is. As you said, there's no need and all that. But I got few of the comments that, when you want to be a professional in line, So it's always better that you must have a, right dress up and right background if you really want to impact the right class of people. So though I posted around 20, 30 videos, but after that, when I got this comment from one of the expert of AI, so then I stopped. Because I realized somehow it might be a right point. The sort of likes and comments I was expecting was not there. And later on, when I posted my, the sessions pictures, which were, in the right dress up and in the right mood, so I started having more likes. So what is your take on that?
It's a beautiful question that you've asked, Dipali. And I would say don't ever use G in front of any name, because that actually creates your distance with that person. So that's something I just wanted to say. Talking about the videos that you mentioned, see, there is always, a role of professional videos, getting, doing it in the right attire, having the right background. Like if you see, I also have a Zoom background at this moment, because somewhere that looks more professional, and at the same time, the lighting and everything works better. But I would again want to tell you, do not be bitten by that perfectionist syndrome. Like I had a client who used to say, the day I will buy the best camera, day I will buy the best lights, only then I'm going to shoot it. If you look at nowadays, the mobile cameras, till now I am shooting all my videos on my mobile camera, and that's not an iPhone. So that's about the gadget. But if you go in a daylight wearing, reasonably good clothes, I'm not emphasizing at something, oh, you have to look like a model, or you have to be doing a lot of makeup or something like that. If you are shooting your videos in daylight, in a reasonable good background, and nowadays if you look at Instagram, there is an option of green screen out there. There's an option of different filters that are there, and many of the apps have it. What I'm just wanting to put across is, do not let these hygiene factors, because for me, all of these are hygiene factors, come in between of you and you shooting your video. That's number one. Number two, I would want to say that it's from my personal experience. When I shoot, only then I get to know what needs to be done better. So if that person told you that your videos are not professionally done, I would have shot the next video looking at, okay, what better I can do in my next video.
I did the same. But what I thought later is, key background is not a problem. My talk might not be a problem because it was instant at times. As you just said, whatever mood you are in, and if you get something clicked in your mind, you just speak it out.
Mm-hmm.
And review it later. And then if you feel it right, then post it.
Yeah.
So I find it that whatever I'm talking is right and can connect people with that. But only thing was that I was not putting on the lipstick. Rest all attire and everything was good.
Yeah.
So going on the walk, morning walk, that is not feasible and not right also when you're in the nature mode. Putting on the makeup and going for a walk is something, more flashy in that syndrome of nature.
See,
not justice is the right nature.
See,
So
I
one
think
thing was that.
Please.
And second was that when I was just going through your videos, do you shoot them with mobile? And as I can see, there's a cuts in every video, and then you have to edit it. So do you edit it on Canva?
No, Canva is for graphic designing. You can edit videos on Canva, but I can tell you a few more tools. Like if you are wanting to do it on mobile, InShot is a tool which is very simple to use.
Okay.
Right. And nowadays, while I'm shooting, I shoot it on Instagram. And while you are shooting different clips on Instagram itself gives you transitions in between.
Okay.
So you can put transitions out there. And,
so you mean to say you are just placing the camera on the stand, something like that?
I have a selfie stand. Yeah, I have a selfie stand in front of me. So wherever, it's right next to me. If you can see out here.
But you can't place it anywhere, na? When I saw.
This can actually. So this can actually stand. Okay. This is like a tripod. You can actually look at it as a tripod. You can actually hold it this way so that it seems from a distance.
Good idea.
Luckily I had it on my table. Or you could actually look at it from the perspective of, like I said to one of the persons, whatever you're doing, you're cooking, you're walking, you're doing whatever, you can just keep taking random clips. You know, you are in a marriage function, and then you can marry them together. You can stitch them together, looking at, you know, what is required where. That's one way. And secondly, I would also want to say, see, if you like, I shoot a lot of videos in my gym because that's one of the places I really love. Now, you cannot expect me putting on my lipstick in my gym. And people also understand that. And some of the ideas, you know, instantly after a very good workout, you know, you have that that endorphins shooting up, and you know, you want to shoot something. So I am not
Exactly.
going to wait for coming back or something, or maybe I'm just going to park that idea if I want to, because nowadays I have a very different shooting, like Saturdays are my shooting days. So, you know, I park all my ideas at one place, have my scripts done through AI. And nowadays, you know, you can get straight scripts from AI, you know, whether you use ChatGPT or there is this extension, AI PRM.
And Bird and Bing is also there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even Google Gemini is very good. Whatever serves. See, the whole idea is you get it from anywhere, get started, and then, you know, like whenever I sit with my team and we look at the audit, we look at, अच्छा ये वाला video ने अच्छा किया. और कई बार ऐसा होता है कि those videos wherein we have put in so much of hard blood and soul, those didn't work, but where we just did not think. You know, it was like, okay, this idea came and we shot it and it went very well. Like my yesterday's video I did, it crossed like 50 you know, likes or something, and I was wondering what did I do in my video yesterday. And there was one of the videos wherein, you know, we had put B-rolls, we had done proper transitions, we had actually you know, ensured that we have Indian faces on those B-rolls, and that took so much of time in researching. And that video got like 5 likes.
And in that case, what sort of a people you hire to get the videos done? Like, as you just mentioned, the team. So what all in team? Initially,
I have done that after 5 years.
Yeah. So what sort of a people we should hire? Like the digital people or some camera people or media people? What?
No, not media people. See, if you are okay with technology, there is a tool known as Clipchamp. Okay?
Clipchamp.
Yes.
C for Calcutta.
C for Calcutta. Clipchamp.
Okay.
Yes. Like you put clips in your hair, that clip. Okay? Clipchamp. And in that video, in that particular tool, you can actually, that's something that you can use on your laptop. If you are using your mobile phone, InShot is a very good place to begin with. I'm just telling you those basic tools which do not require a lot of, you know, understanding of technology. Then there are, you know, these places like pexels.com and Pixabay, from where you can get B-rolls very easily. Like suppose I am talking about nutrition, so I will just get some B-rolls from there. Okay. Then simply I'm going to stitch it together on InShot or Clipchamp. Like in the first version, maybe I am speaking, hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about 5 things that can really help you in getting fitter, for example, you know. And the first one is meditation. So instead of me, while I'm speaking about meditation, instead of me meditating, you know, I am actually put a B-roll out there so that there's a transition.
So that's automatic on InShots.
You just have to have those clips together. Yes,
Okay.
you could just stitch it together. That's one thing. But right now, I would want you to start with your faceless videos. Maybe you are just doing anything and you just do your voiceover, you know. And this is an advanced version. You know, as I have made so many videos, now I know what videos are working. And now building videos is like an asset. I pay to my video editor to, you know, make those videos for me. But the last 4 years, I did not.
So thank you so much, Nirupama.
Got it. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the insight.
I hope all of you got those words written somewhere, or you can get in touch, or you know, Nirupama, if you have time, you can drop those things if you in the chat so that you can take a look. And I think this was very, very informative, went very deep as well. And yeah, I understand the curiosity, because as we start new, we have all these ifs and buts. So, no, kya kare, kaise kare, and it's always great to have an expert in front of you. Ki sab kuch pooch lo. Right? Thank you so
Exactly.
much. Thank you,
I'm
dear.
sorry for taking long time.
Problem, no problem. हम सब लोग एक ही boat में हैं. We are all learning. And I will give an opportunity to other speakers I have got today. I have Swabia from Arise and Shine. Nirupama, thank you, dear, for sharing. And I will move on this conversation with other speakers. And you can stay back and watch. Yeah. So Swabia, welcome. And Swabia is somebody who has uh, been my kind of Xbox, you can say. And she, I've worked with her in my schools. I was running schools. Many of you know I had been running schools when I started my entrepreneurial journey. So Swabia, quickly introduce yourself.
Yeah,
What are you
definitely.
doing now? And tell us about your journey and what is your secret of success and what's the message you have
Sure,
for.
sure, Anjali. Thank you so much. Thank you, first of all, for inviting me. And I feel really like honored and pleasure to be part of this gathering, especially this late night gathering. I don't know how many of you had your dinner, how many of you have your energy today, but still so happy to meet you all and hear a lot of things and a lot of discussions that's going on. And before I could introduce myself, congratulations, Ranjani, on your 10 years of entrepreneurship journey. And I would like everybody to give her a big round of applause because the entrepreneurship journey for a decade is definitely not an easy task. I'm sure like it would have not been a bed of roses and she would have had her own right to get here. And she's talking like a lot of things and giving solutions to a lot of people. So happy. I think it's blessing. You become a blessing for many, Ranchini. And we are running short of time and I'll make my session also like very quick and helpful to you all. So I'm myself Swabia Johnson. I'm part of Arise and Shine, and it's been like 13 plus years of journey with me, working with children, working very closely with teachers, training, and we had franchise partners, training them how to build their own center, build their own set of team. And moreover, we also got an opportunity to work with a lot of school principals, to mold their school children to help them improve them on their LSRW. So this is a quick thing about me. So currently I'm completely into online and thanks to lockdown. So we had this online journey where, we had around like 33 branches and now we are able to, get to children who are in down south, north, even out of country who's been benefited through our program called Prime My B Club. So these two things that I want to share, like, during the journey, because now I'm completely into online marketing, sales, team and everything. And this is a beautiful journey because I get to meet with a lot of parents, counseling, hearing from them. It's really a great journey. So two things I felt like I should really, share with you probably that will definitely be useful to you because running a business is definitely not easy. And when you have a team, it's definitely not easy. Work has to be done on time and you might set your own goal, you might set your own revenue for a month. There are a lot of things that we set for ourselves, right? So for everything there are two things that is important. I don't know how many of you really have faith in God. So the one thing is SQ and the second thing is EQ. I think Nirupama touched upon emotional intelligence. So your SQ and EQ is very, very important for you to have a successful journey every other day. So talking about spiritual quotient, end of the day, we need a superpower to give us all the guidance that we wanted. For somebody to give us the push for what we wanted to, achieve end of the day, right? Whatever human support that you get, whatever social media support that you get, there is some spiritual quotient should be there part of your life, which definitely will push you, boost you to get where you wanted to be there. And the second thing I was talking about the emotional quotient. There will be days you feel like, why did I take up this? Let me drop it. Let me take care of my family. I don't think this is for me. This is in it for me. Let me drop it. Let me give up. There will be situation like this, but you need to fight your battle. You need to fight within yourself. It's like, yes, I can do it. Yes, I will do it because I wanted to achieve this and you have to run for it. So these two things, if you become stronger every day, I think everything becomes easy for us. And definitely every other day, whatever situation that we go through, it will be like passing cloud. When you see the success, then we will be the happiest person to, to achieve the goal that you are set for yourself to run your own, like a business. So these are the two things that I want to touch upon. Probably like the next session when we have enough time, I can talk a lot about my experience and journey in detail. But anyway, hope this was helpful for you. And thank you, Ranjani, once again for inviting me.
Thank you, Swabia, for your time and guidance. Yes, we all need this we are all in the same journey and we all need this encouragement. So that's why I invited you. Let them hear this, something in a different voice and different, from a different person. But we are all talking about the same thing. Thank you, dear, and looking forward to meet you at the annual day.
Yes.
Yeah, and thank you for inviting me again. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. And I will invite my friend Sheela. Sheela, are you there? You can put on your video.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. I just I have some. Yes.
Yeah. So Sheela,
Hi, Ranjini.
yeah. And thank you, dear, for waiting and being there. And Sheela is an artist and very close friend of mine, an entrepreneur. She was running restaurants. And today she's, I think, fully into painting, her passion for art. And introduce yourself, Sheela, and tell us how is your journey and what are your secrets and what do you want to say to
Oh, yes, and I want to begin with congratulations to you, Ranjini. I've I've seen the beginning of your journey, and I've seen the struggles you've gone through, ups and downs, and the 10 years of your experience. This journey is not a small thing. It's something very, very big. That's why I'm very, very happy to be here to just to see you do such good work in this society, and you're impacting your life and others' life. It's not easy. I mean, it needs a lot of courage, lot of generosity. Thank you so much for being for other people, standing for others' life, and also you have contributed to my life. Thank you so much, Ranjini. And thank you so much, Nirupama, Swabia, for what you have contributed here. You both have been very generous in sharing your work, secrets, or your recipe for whatever you have done in your life. And it was so nice to listen to all of them, Ranjini. I don't know how you put it together, how you kind of brought it them here to support each other is amazing. And yeah, I've been a life coach for some time. And once you're a life coach, you're a lifetime life coach. Whether I'm in an art field or I'm doing cooking or I'm doing anything else, it just comes along with me. And my students, in fact, the schools where I teach or online classes which I take with my students, they tell me that my classes are more like a motivation speaker speaking to them, or it's very inspiring. So that's when I realized maybe that is a style which I've developed, or maybe that is the way my being has been shifted to what I was before. So for me, success is something which I don't know. I don't know to measure my journey as a successful journey or unsuccessful, right or wrong. It is just that I would want to say that every day has been a learning for me. Every experience, every student, I keep seeing that what is that I'm learning or what is that I'm imparting to them. Either I should be benefited or the other person should be benefited. So the utility of time in a best way to benefit somebody is what I'm looking at. And somewhere it keeps it's a two-way traffic. So when I keep looking at that way, I don't know whether where I've reached or how my path is going. It's just getting carved, and I've been moving forward in my life. So I would prefer, if anybody wants to know anything about me, I would like to share. Than just telling about myself. I don't want to speak about that. If anybody wants to know anything, I would like to talk about it.
Thank you, dear, for being so generous and loving
Thank you, Ranjini.
and
Thank you.
contributing to all of us. And you guys won't believe she's the one who I did the free coaching call. Let me admit that. And she gave me amazing feedback when I started. And as a fellow coach, and we all do this with our buddies, and she's still standing beside me, supporting my journey. And it's I'm getting emotional, but that support brings me here. Sheela, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. You, Sanjay, and your children have been so close to my heart. You're like my family more than a friend. So, hug to you, Ranjini. Thank you.
Yeah. So when I say free coaching call, this is what it means. So you have people to back you up, support you, give you amazing testimonials. You are so amazing. And thank you for being that stand for me. And I'll see you soon. We are in Chennai. I'll see you soon. And the next person I would like to invite is Sania. Sania is a recent, last week I got this opportunity to be in her seminar, and she's amazing. And one of my member from a community of my mentor. And welcome, Sania. I want you to unmute yourself and introduce yourself. She's a business coach. I know I don't know much about her, but her session was so powerful that I invited her. Yeah.
Firstly,
So
thank
tell
you
us.
so much. Thank you so much, Ranjini ma'am. I think you all would be a little surprised. This is actually the first time that I and Ranjini ma'am are actually, communicating with each other, because we didn't get a lot of time last week when we had a session. But first of all, a lot of congratulations for you on completing your 10 years. It's beautiful, and it's just an amazing thing to go through such kind of a journey. So, and thank you so much for, trusting in me and calling me for such a beautiful session here. Everybody I'm listening to, they're all just beautiful souls talking about such nice things. And we are all full of wisdom and knowledge here. And it's so blessed to be under such a roof with so many people having so much knowledge. So thank you, Nirupama ma'am. Thank you, others also. I have heard everybody. So just as a brief introduction, I am Sania Arora. I hail from Amritsar, Punjab, and I had been an educator since the age I was 17 years. So I started my journey as a teacher, and I have worked with the education sector for good 14 years. And then there came some times in my life wherein I think that I was one such child who was, I would say, the outcome of our education system, to be honest. The kind of child you want, that academically good and co-curricular activities absolutely good, participative, full on, and always amongst the toppers and everything. So yes, I definitely was one of those children. But then I believe that when life hit me hard, so all those certificates, all those winners, all those trophies, nothing just really helped. And I think almost like 8 years back, 9 years back, when my mother went through a brain stroke, and I lost my father in the journey. And then eventually I lost like my mother's, she got paralytic and all that stuff. So that was the time when I realized that, if, I have always been that bright child, going after those marks and the degrees and things like that. So if that was not working for me at the time when the life was there in front of me, what would do actually? So that is where I started my own journey. I went through a lot of ups and downs. I had been into a part wherein I would like to share that, yes, I have been to that path wherein I even was at the suicidal tendencies as well. I went through the depression and panic attacks and a lot of things. And that is where, this life coaching started. I had been a Josh Talk speaker, and I had been working with a lot of people from like age 2.5 to age 60 years of age. So I've also been into the IELTS trainings as well. So I've done a lot of things, being into that growth mindset, learning everything I can whenever I get a chance for. So I think when life gave me the chance to learn, that was the time I realized that, there are some mind tools that were not taught to us in schools. And that is wherein I came in this life coaching thing. And I started my journey almost 4 years back as a life coach, and started with that, and gradually learning a lot of things, and then a lot of modalities, I came into the business coaching. And that is how my journey as an entrepreneur started. Because when you come from a background wherein, you really want to be there and help people and learn a lot of things because you think that you can help people. But then when the entrepreneurial part comes in, everything goes like, oh my God. And I think a lot of us being sitting here would realize that because, I have seen my clients who are from like, housewives, and they're not from the backgrounds wherein they have been into the, line of talking to people. It's like they have just that pure intention of being helped and helping others. So this entrepreneurial journey in itself is the one that teaches us a lot during the process, more than when you learn some modality or some things as, your tools to give further, I believe. So one such thing that I learned was the blocks. When I was going through my journey as a student, as a mentee, where I was taking the experiences from the other coaches, so I realized the best, I would say, the thing that I would like to share with you is the best thing that I learned in my life that completely changed my whole journey as a person, as a coach, as a teacher, as a life coach, was when I heard that I am not able to create my desired life. We usually keep cribbing and complaining and, talking about things that, I could not do much in my life because my husband is like that. Maybe my mother-in-law is like that. Maybe my family is not supportive. So we have our own blockages, right? And I'm sure that we all sitting here know about all of this, right? But then the four major things that I learned was the four major walls we usually live in, right? We usually live in those four walls, wherein the first one is that we were never given a brain manual, right? I believe even a 2 minutes Maggie noodles come with that instruction thing. But how we need to use our mind is something we were never told. It has always been our mind who has worked the work of that horse rider, and we had been the horses. The way it wants us to move, we are just moving, right? So that was like an eye opener for me at the time when I heard it for the first time, that what are you even talking about? Brain manual, what is it actually? And then the second learning that came up to me as a shock was that, I can take charge of my life and I don't even know that I can do that. I always felt, yes, of course, we are having that supreme power who is running this whole world. I definitely don't deny that. And I'm a pure believer in God. But then, came a time when I felt that, even I was in that victimhood part, wherein I was complaining and blaming everybody around me. Why is it happening with me? Why am I the one? Why am I not getting things like others are getting? I'm also working. I'm also giving my efforts. Why is it not happening with me? So all this why, I never realized that, okay, if it is my life, I have to take the charge and I have to go ahead. Right. So that was my second major learning in this journey, that I am the creator. It is all in my hands. And I don't have to blame people, God, my karmas, the time, the money, the luck for the things that I don't have. If I make efforts, once I heard that Bill Gates was never born rich. He did those efforts and he became rich. And nobody in this world is born depressive. Nobody in this world is born with an anxiety. Nobody in this world is born with that low confidence. We are all born with that high, screaming, confident voice. But then what just happens to us? What kind of a mess happens, and we lose that confidence? We lose that, self in all of this. We are always doubtful of us. No, I don't think I can do it. No, I don't think I deserve it. Why all of these things happens? So being a life coach, I definitely learned all of that. And then came my third learning as a life coach. And that was the childhood programming. In fact, before the childhood programming, I learned about the virus of victimhood. The gravity, I tell you guys, it is very deep. The people, we all, I would not say people, even when we don't know about all of these things, we are badly addicted to all this. At one point of time, even as a person, I realized I was so much in love with my pain. I was in so much in love with my misery that if somebody told me na, that tomorrow morning you're going to, have a day when you will leave all of these miseries behind and you will be a happiest person on this planet. I was like, what, dude? How am I going to live? I have my own things to do. Because the moment we get up in the morning, now we have this cribbing thing. I am late today. I did not get up on time. This thing, that thing, my job, my home, my workplace, my project, my this. And we are so much into that running that we just don't sit and relax even for a second. And especially when we are a female, God, man, we just don't have time for ourselves. We do not even think like that we even deserve that time. Sometimes I believe, right? So in this journey, I learned that it's okay to just sit back. Okay. I remember the day when once I was just, having a bad headache and I was sitting and I was feeling, oh my God, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And I was like, why am I into so much self-sabotage? Matlab, can't I give just one day to myself to just relax? And that was like, yes, I can. But sometimes we actually tend to forget it. We want other people, like, we are so much into others now, I tell you, that even if all my miseries, others are responsible for it. Even if I'm not giving time to myself, now others are responsible for it. मैं तो देना चाहती हूँ, I really want to give. But others don't allow me. My time, my situations, and everything around me just does not allow me. And all these three things that I learned came from the major part, which was my childhood programming. I was shocked to hear when I was told it for the first time that, you know what, Sana? You were just 7 years or 8 years of age when you were actually completely programmed. Huh? After that, you are just living that life. I was like, what? What do you mean? But then, then came up to my mind that yes, it might be possible, the things that we name as, teenage hormonal changes. What is it? That is actually that conflict between the programming that I got as an 8-year-old and the reality that is hitting me hard outside. I'm just not able to get it. I was told something else. I have to live something else. So what is all this happening? Which one is the truest one? The one that I learned or the one that I'm actually living? Right? So these 4 things brought me to a major shift when it came to money. When it came to money, I was like, my God. Ranjani ma'am just went through one of the things in the last session. So that was one of those 4 things. I have a BITE formula out of which I worked with her belief system that day. So BITE stands for beliefs, identity, thoughts, and emotions. These are the 4 things that actually creates your beliefs. And I just did not, I was like, when I got to know that, all these 4 things are the most important parts that are creating my beliefs. We have heard it so much of the times in our childhood now कि मुझे लगता है we have grown up listening to all of this stuff. सब कुछ नहीं मिलता जिंदगी में. पैसे पेड़ पर नहीं उगते बेटा. जितनी चादर है उतना पैर पसारना सीखो. Don't push your limits. Matlab, when I went for this test myself the first time, I'll be very honest with you guys. There were 31 blocks that we worked for, and I was having 28 of them. And I was like, my God, how much I have to work. And I was at that point of time in my life when I was every day cribbing, money does not come to me. Why am I not earning? All my batchmates are learning. All my batchmates are earning. Why am I not doing it? I am also making efforts. Why is money not coming to me? God just does not love me. Pata nahi, why is he doing it to me only? I am even working more than what others are working, no? But still money is not coming to me. So, I would like to give 2 most beautiful learnings regarding money with you all. One of them is, which I gave Ranjani ma'am also that day, that money is a pure energy, pure energy, as you are, as I am. And as very rightly Nirupama ma'am said in her presentation about the abundance mindset, that abundance mindset comes when you start loving your money. You know, there was one place wherein I got to know that, even I was one of those who used to, hide that money into that rice ka dabba and under those clothes. And, I have to save it and all that stuff. And when I got to know that, what am I doing with my money? I'm tying it with the emotion of scarcity. I am tying it with the emotion of stagnation. I'm hiding money. Is it something to hide? No. But then, we have got those beliefs since the childhood कि ज्यादा पैसा नहीं दिखाते किसी को, नजर लग जाती है. पैसा है ना, बचाना सीखो, बाहर मत निकालो. But then, when are we really saving it or are we actually holding it? दिख नहीं जाए किसी को कि मेरे पास पैसा है. जिनके पास पैसा होता है ना, वो तो बहुत नकचड़े होते हैं. They are very arrogant people. Is it really? How many rich people have you met in your life, and how many amongst them were actually arrogant? When we come to that searching part, when we come to that information part, it's just an information. Why are we keeping the beliefs that are, instead of helping us grow in life, are actually being the reason of the biggest obstacle that we are not able to become the best versions of ourselves? We all sitting here want to be the best versions of ourselves, but we somewhere don't even know that what kind of beliefs are we keeping here, which are actually the reason of us not growing in life, and not any other person, not our work, not our efforts, nothing else. We all sitting here, we all are, unique in our own selves. We are all unique in our own ways, but we are into a run. She is better than me, he is better than me. Which race are we in? I believe the best race in the life is to be in the race with yourself. Every single day, just keep asking yourself, am I doing better than what I was doing yesterday? Am I living a life better than what I was living a year back? Have I grown in any way? Whatever I was like 2 years back. If you're doing it now, you're doing fantastic, guys. Have time to appreciate yourselves. Even the smallest of the win. Very recently, one of my clients, she shared that, she started from zero reach, and we started with a 100-day content challenge. And she said that, Sania ma'am, it's just my 18th day and I'm already at 2K reach. And that is just because of my consistency. I told her just one thing. Whatever comes up to your mind, just go for it. मेरे अच्छे कपड़े हैं, very good. नहीं है, leave it. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let a thought stop you just because somebody told you something else. Just like when, there was somebody was asking this, that, somebody told me, just because you were not looking, you were not carrying yourself the way it should be, so you will not be going. Just let me know the people who are, having millions of followers and who are like, viral on your Instagram. How many of them have you seen? They are the creators and they're always in that makeup and that nice suits and nice clothes. Most of the people who got viral because of their authenticity. They got viral because of being as natural as they could. You get hit by the things that hit your heart, and not, somebody who is looking smarter, but he's talking shit. Would you even like to hear that person? At least I would not. So how does that matter? Your confidence comes from within. Your confidence comes from your own thoughts and not from your clothes or your face or your makeup or your filters. It is as okay. I've seen good coaches. Okay, let's talk about any big coach. Look at Tony Robbins. How many times have you seen him in a suit? He usually wears just a normal shirt and a pant. We all are the fans of Sandeep Maheshwari. Have you ever seen him I have never seen him in a coat pant. He's always in as usual casual clothes as any other boy would be wearing. So why are we making it such a big hype कि सुंदर बनकर आना है इसके सामने? If somebody is buying you, he's buying you for your work. He's buying you for a better life. He's not buying you for your clothes. So don't have these kind of blockages in your head. So my first thing was that money is just a pure energy, and you also are a pure energy, pure soul in this planet. The work that we all are doing here, we are here for helping others, right? But before you help anybody else, please learn to help your own selves. Don't at all ever think before asking for any kind of help from any kind of person around you. You have Ranjani ma'am as your mentor. You have friends around you. You have friends in your community. There are so many people out there. कोई problem आती है, wherever you are stuck, just have the guts to ask. अरे क्या हो जाएगा, मैक्सिमम मना कर देंगे. वो तो वैसे भी आप नहीं पूछने वाले हो तो ना ही है. So it's better you go and ask. क्या पता हाँ ही मिल जाए. क्या पता solution ही मिल जाए. Right? And the second thing is, your money is a pure tool. Please stop connecting your money with your emotions. Money is not important as much as love. Money is not that important as much as my happiness. Tell me one thing. How does happiness is, explained in terms of money? Your money is actually a tool which will help you get a lot of happiness. Your money is a tool which will let you love yourself a lot. Why do you want to tie it up with anything, yaar? Money is a pure tool. खुला छोड़ दो ना उसको. क्यों बांधते रहते हो उसको इतने tie ups में? तो अब आप ये भी पूछोगे कि मैम अगर नहीं टाई करें तो फिर मनी को खोलें कैसे? हमने तो बचपन से बहुत उसको टाई अप कर रखा है कितनी चीजों के साथ. That day we talked about 31 blocks, out of which we talked about the things like सबसे बड़ी जड़ी मनी है. ये तो मनी सारे फसाद की जड़ी है ये. ये जो मेरे साथ अच्छे से बात नहीं करता ना, इट इज बिकॉज अच्छा पैसा है ना इसके पास, इसलिए. I have heard people talking like जितनी ज्यादा पैसा उतनी ज्यादा सरदर्द. जितना पैसा होगा मुश्किलें भी उतनी होंगी. यार प्लीज टेल मी, जो लोग गरीब है मतलब उनके पास तो फिर कोई प्रॉब्लम्स होनी नहीं ना चाहिए, क्योंकि उनके पास तो पैसा ही नहीं है, तो प्रॉब्लम क्यों है फिर? Isn't it? We are literally talked about. बच्चे होते हैं ना आसपास, they are told बेटा बाहर जाओ, मनी की बात चल रही है. क्यों? मनी है यार, मतलब is it some kind of a sin you are talking about? They should not hear about it. अरे they should hear about it. सुनेंगे तो पता लगेगा ना मनी मैनेजमेंट क्या होती है. फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस भी हो सकते हैं और फाइनेंशियल स्मार्टनेस भी होनी चाहिए. So 2 things about money from today that you should know. Number 1, money is a pure energy. Please love your money, yaar. Matlab, love your money so that it can love you back, just like your loved one. And it's a pure tool, just a tool. सिर्फ एक लेन देन का तरीका है. That's it. It has nothing to do with your happiness. It has nothing to do with your poverty. It has nothing to do with your richness. No, not at all. Though I talk about it on a very extensive basis, but yes, because we have a lot of time crisis today, so I will just end it here itself. And my last thing to you for money is, guys, please thank your money. Whatever, even when you're sitting here today, your money is the reason for that. Though you got it anyway. There are people who have sold their jewelries. I know people who have literally mortgaged their things. They have gone beyond anything to get these coachings and everything. But then at the end of the day, whatever you are doing in your life, wherever you will reach in your life, it is because of the money. So instead of, putting it into this wala part, high money, ye money, wo money, thank it. Thank it every time, for every transaction. Usually हम जब मनी आती है तब तो we are very happy. I got money, I got a transaction, ये. तो उसको तो हम thank you कर रहे हैं, right? But also thank your money whenever you are giving it away to somebody. Be it your helper, be it you are doing some online transaction. Why thank it? Because even when you are transacting it to somebody, you are definitely getting something in return. आप helpers को दे रहे हो money because they are coming and, you know, cleaning your place, which you are not doing. They are coming and cleaning your utensils, which you don't have time to do. वो नहीं होंगे तो आप ये भी नहीं कर सकते हो. When you are transacting, किसी को आप money भेज भी रहे हो ना, तो in return also you are getting something. But हम उस point of view से सोचते नहीं है. हमें लगता है हाय money debit हो गई, टिंग करके मैसेज आया यार 500 gone, 5000 gone. टिप देनी है. मतलब इतना पैसा खर्च रहे हैं यार, मतलब खाना खाने आए हैं, जीएसटी दे रहे हैं, ये सर्विस टैक्स दे रहे हैं, टिप भी अलग से दे. मैं तो नहीं दूंगी. अरे यार वो टिप उस बंदे को जानी है. यू नेवर नो उस 10 रुपए 20 रुपए 30 रुपए से उसकी लाइफ में क्या ही चेंज आएगा. शायद हमारी लाइफ में नहीं आएगा, हो सकता है उसकी लाइफ में आ जाए. हम 5000 10,000 का बिल इजीली खर्च सकते हैं, 30 रुपए नहीं दे सकते, 20 रुपए नहीं दे सकते. अच्छा इतनी जीएसटी देने के बाद हम 20 रुपए अलग से दूं, क्यों दूं? Right? So that's all for you all. That's the best thing that I think, whatever I could just imagine of as such, I have just shared it with you all. So if in case anytime any of you would like to connect with me anywhere, so I'm on Instagram with the name Coach Sania Sumit. You all can follow me there on the Instagram. And anytime, whenever you want to talk about these money blocks or anything that you would like to, I'm very happy to share with you, and I'm very happy to help you.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much.
Thank
आपने बहुत ज़्यादा, you enlightened the space and you raised the energy and power, and good session today. I think हमारे
Thank
सारे
you.
community member के लिए, like, you have given lot of gold today, and we thank you for that. And what I was amazed in your session last time was it was a reflection to me, like, you walked us to those 32 blocks, and I have come a long way in this 10 years. मैंने सारे नए beliefs create किए हैं. And let me tell you, my score, Sania, it was 14.5%. So
Oh, that's nice.
so that was I felt good कि चलो मैंने बहुत काम किया है अपने money conversation पे.
Yes,
I've
yes,
come a
yes.
long way. I've learned it the hard way. But
And you can well judge, I had 28 of them. So you can well imagine how much have I worked for my money energies.
definitely, and it's hard work. As आपने सही बताया कि it is not taught. हमें मैनुअल नहीं दिया है, तो we need to create our own manual, and हम अपने बच्चों को भी सिखा रहे हैं how to have these
In
conversations.
fact, we do have a manual now, Ranjini ma'am, which I'm sure a lot of people here would be knowing about, and that is NLP. Believe me, I have done so many things. I've learned so many things. But the way NLP has changed my life and my lifestyle, I am beyond thankful to John Grinder and Richard Bandler that they created this, because it's a life changer. It's a game changer. The people who are actually learning it in a way and applying it in their lives now, I can vouch for it. I can assure you on this. My life is NLP's bane, I would say. I have blessed my life with NLP. And I am so grateful to God that I got that day in my life when I joined it and I changed my life. For sure.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, dear, for sharing the manual as well. Because I haven't done NLP, so इसलिए for me it is it's an information. So all of you, all the coaches in the room and those who are watching this live, and if you are in a place where you see that money is not coming to you the way you desire, she's the go-to person. She will blocks and fix it and give you a new belief system, how you can create that in your lifestyle, that it just comes running to you. So that's Sania Arora, and this is the last guest speaker today, and I hope all of you enjoyed this session. I was amazed by her. It was a 3 hours intensive, so I was amazed by what she delivered. And if you want to further work with her, you can connect with her. And you can, if you don't know her, you can connect with me. I will share her number. All right. So thank you, everyone. Any other questions, anything anybody has to say before I close this meeting? To anybody, like not just the speakers, any feedback, anything that you want to say to close this meeting?
It was really beautiful. This is Preeti Obaya. It was really beautiful insights by all the speakers, and all are so amazing. Like no words to describe them. But I have one question, like I had written in the chat box, where and from whom we can learn NLP. Like even I am curious, not today itself, but I was seeing many posts related to NLP practitioners and certifications. So can you guide?
Yeah, Dr. Preeti, thank you so much for the question. So I am myself a person who is providing the NLP certifications for the life coaching. So I am a certified life coach who is certainly acknowledged to give the further training as a life coach. So majorly what I am doing right now is, as a certified life coach, I am creating coaches ahead, and I create life coaches through NLP only. That's my major modality which I use and teach. And otherwise, there are other things as well, which whatever I have learned till now, I am a EFT healer, I am a karmic Ho'oponopono healer as well. So I teach those also as a part of my program itself.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And does NLP, I mean, sessions are physical, like offline,
No,
or
they,
it's online
yeah,
only?
they're completely online, because I am definitely from Amritsar, and I'm working with people all across the country.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's it. So anybody else, any other questions? All right. So thank you so much. I think we are closing the session. Thank you, Sheela, for staying back, and all the other people who were here till the end. And looking forward to more amazing sessions. Whenever I find a creative idea to get you all together, I'll reach out to you. Okay. So thank
you so much. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ranjini ma'am.
Yeah. Take care. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.